Welcome back to RC Weekly. In today's episode, we have a new product release from Losi, an update on the Traxxas Mini XRT, plus we got the hottest sales in RC, so stick around, I'll see you on the other side of the intro. Alright, first up today, we got a new release from Losi, and it is the 22X AC and DC version. So AC being for Astro and Carpet, DC being for Dirt and Clay. But definitely check it out. This is a completely redesigned buggy system from Losi, and looking at their in-depth video that they put on their Losi YouTube channel, there are tons of changes with this vehicle, and it looks like it's going to be pretty formidable. Now, I'll admit I am not into race buggies, but I can definitely appreciate when we get a new vehicle on the market, and this thing looks highly advanced. As far as price, coming in at $429.99, you can pre-order that at Amian and Hobbies. But definitely nice to see. Nice to see that. I know the 22 platform's been around for quite a while, and now to see the 22X go and take everything they've learned from the past and reapply it to specific track conditions, especially nowadays with carpet tracks being a lot more common. But definitely a lot to look at. I would definitely urge you to go take a look at their in-depth video, and that's it for that update. Let's go and get to the next one. All right, so we're going to talk about the Mini XRT next, and going to make good on my promise of the thumbnails. So it looks like the Mini XRT is dealing with some overheating issues, and a couple weeks back we started seeing pictures float around the internet of this hole that was coming on the body of the Mini XRT, specifically on the right side of the windshield. And I'll be honest, when I first saw it, I didn't think it was true, but now we're starting to see more evidence. People are posting pictures, and sure enough, this vehicle is coming out of the box with the hole in the windshield to help keep it from overheating. Specifically talking about the electronics, since they don't come with fans, the ESC and the motor. I guess this thing is prone to overheating. There's not a lot of airflow under that body. So just heads up, if you do buy one of these things, there might be a chance that you have a big hole in the windshield on the body. Now, what do I think about that? I think it's a design error, and it looks like something that was missed in the engineering process of this vehicle. It looks like the hood scoop is functional, but you have a bigger servo there, so there's not a lot of airflow that goes under that body. I could definitely speak to lack of airflow. My Intimidator / 4x4 behind me has a body shell, and that it gets hecka hot under that body shell if you don't have an opening or some type of fan or something. So I could see that definitely being an issue with the Mini XRT. All I can say at this point is I hope that, you know, Traxxas goes back to the drawing board, addresses the overheating issues, maybe adding a couple fans, and then maybe this vehicle gets re-released some point, you know, maybe later this year or next year, and the heating issues have been resolved with a couple fans and maybe a little bit more ventilation, whether that's through the body, hopefully not like a big ugly hole in the windshield, or some other means. Hopefully that's what we see. I'll definitely keep track on it, and if we do see any changes with the Mini XRT, I'll make sure you guys know about it. All right, and the next update I got is sticking with the Mini Maxx Mini XRT kind of realm of things. The Mini Wide Max kit is now available for the Mini Maxx. And so if you're looking to take your Mini Maxx and make it a little bit more like a Mini XRT with that wider stance, they now have a kit available for you at hopefully your local hobby shop. Most likely they probably do have it. Or if you go to Traxxas.com on their store, they do have the Mini Wide Max kit available for $30. It comes with all the parts you need. It looks like the drive shafts, the A-arms, and any other bits that you might need to make this into a Mini Wide Max. So nice to see. Let's go ahead and get to the next update. All right, next up, we have more pricing updates for the Nano TTR from HPI. So I know I talked about this last week when we finally had the prices revealed to us. And I remember thinking $129.99 for the full like RTR version with the transmitter was a little bit on the high side. And so HPI put out a post on X last week clarifying a little bit more about what's going on with the pricing. So it sounds like this vehicle, and I could have swore when we first heard about the Nano TTR that it was coming in around like 40-ish, $45 for just the car. And I thought like 60 something for the full RTR version. And according to HPI's post from last week, it looks like the US pricing was actually supposed to come in at around $44.99 for just the car itself, and $69.99 for the full RTR version. That's like pre-tariff type of pricing. So I thought that was interesting. They had a whole post where they talked about the different pricing in the different countries, and that the tariffs were complicating things for the US. So it looks like on Amian, it's still posted for $129.99 for the full RTR version and $89.99 for just the car. But I'm curious now that there's been kind of like an easing on the tariffs since yesterday. So I wonder how much that's going to play a factor in the pricing. Of course, if you follow my channel or you watch these videos, you know I talk a lot about pricing. I have the RC price tracker dashboard. So speaking of that, I'm absolutely going to keep you updated on pricing, and especially the pricing on this Nano TTR. So stick around and subscribe if you are into that stuff. But that's it. That's all I got for the HPI Nano TTR. Let's get to the next update. All right, next new product is from Kyosho. They had the Fazer D2 drift car, which I know we talked about a few weeks ago, but now there's another version of it. The GT86 Toyota with the red body. It's looking nice and slick, so I think it's pretty cool. I haven't had a chance to drive this drift car yet, but like I talked about a few weeks back, definitely interested in driving this drift car from Kyosho. Now we got a new version with the red body, and I don't know, it depends on your current taste or your taste in cars, but might like this one better than the other version. But that's it for Kyosho. Let's get to the next update. All right, last two updates I got for you. First one is from Cross RC. They have the XX Stegosaurus rock crawler, which I don't know that much about it, but it looked pretty cool on the pictures and I thought it was worth mentioning. So there we go, Stegosaurus. And the final update I got is from Proline. They are releasing a new set of tires for the Losi LMT 2.0, and these are the Dreadnaughts. And so they have that chevron design, so it kind of looks classic while also looking a little bit modern. And it says they're designed for the Losi LMT 2.0, so I'm assuming that if you put these tires on your 2.0, it should still be able to do tricks and all the cool stuff that the 2.0 can handle. So that's all I got for updates. Let's go ahead and get the sales. All right, let's save some cash. So first up, we're going to talk about the Bundle Mania from Horizon Hobbies. And I know I mentioned this last week, so I'm going to mention it again because it's still going until the 15th. So this sale, what it does is if you purchase one of these select RTRs that they have on their for sale page, those being the Losi LMT Mega Truck, almost all the 223S versions, going to be the Vortex, the Arma Fury, Big Rock 223S, the Granite 223S, and the Typhon 223S, along with a couple Losi or a few Losi vehicles. We have the Tenacity DB Pro, Tenacity TT Pro, and the RZR Ray. If you buy any of those vehicles, you can get a heavily discounted charger and battery bundle that you can pair up with your vehicle. So looking at it, you got to put the vehicle and the battery charger system in the cart, and then you'll see the discount. And I think the discount is like something up to like $100, like $90 to $100, depending on which pack you select. So pretty good deal there if you're looking to get one of these vehicles and get a battery charger system. Might not be too bad to get $100 off. So that's it for that sale. Let's get to the next one. All right, speaking of battery and charger combos, the Traxxas Super Spring Sale is still going for the rest of spring, I would imagine. And if you purchase a BL2S vehicle like a Slash or any of the other BL2S models, you have to go check their site. You can get a battery and charger included with your model. So just like the Horizon Hobby Mania sale, the Traxxas Super Spring Sale can get you a battery and charger combo depending on what vehicle you select. I'd urge you guys to go check out Traxxas.com for specific details on the sale, and you can also find more about that on Amian and Hobbies as well. So that's it for those sales. Let's get to the next one. All right, do a little bit of rapid fire sales here on some individual vehicles you guys might want to check out. So first up, we got the Losi 22X laser nut that is $50 off. That is the lowest price in the last 90 days. You check out my dashboard. So pretty decent sale if you're looking to get a large scale laser nut, 50 bucks. Next, we have Element RC. They have a few vehicles that are on sale. The Zool and Bushidos are on sale anywhere from about $100 off. Check my dashboards. I'm going to put those up on the screen. But those are looking like some of the lowest prices we've seen in a bit. And then we got another sale here, Techno SCT10, the lightweight version, which is $100 off. I don't actually track this vehicle on my dashboard yet. Eventually I will, but just kind of doing the casual browsing for the last, I don't know how many years, this looks like a pretty decent sale for a Techno. And if you know anything about Techno, they're pretty good kits. I've had a couple myself. That's it for sales. We're going to go ahead and get to the scratch and dent. All right, and we're back at the Scratch and Dent. So Scratch and Dent is making a huge comeback this week. And so let's go ahead and dive into it. Also, don't mind my glasses. I can't see my screen. So if you also are a fellow person that cannot see their screen, even if it's like 2 feet in front of you, go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe. So, all right, I'm going to dive into this and I can actually see the numbers instead of having a bunch of errors and saying the wrong values. First up, we got the Red Cat Volcano ep8 that is on sale. This has been on the list now for, I believe this is the second or third week. It is now down to 11.6% off at $158.99. Next vehicle, we got the Axle UTB 18, 9% off, just over 9% off, $253.99. So that is on sale. Next one, a Losi Baja Ray 2.0, that is 9% off for $498.99. Then we got this is a good one, Losi LMT 2.0, son of a digger. And so we just talked about this vehicle like a month ago. It just came out and it's already on the scratch and dent list at 7.6% off. Final price of $692.99. I kind of like that deal, honestly. Like, I would look at that one. I bet that'll be gone by next week. So, all right, but I know it's there now. I just checked it. So next one, we got Team Associated MT12 Monster Van, 7% off at $203.99. We have an Team Associated MT12 Plus Lux. This has been on the list for now a couple weeks at $206.99, just under 6% off. And then we got a Traxxas Max Wide Max. This is a new addition, $252.99. That is just under 3% off. Then we got a Traxxas Wrestler BL2S. I believe this is on the, I think this was on the list last week. Maybe not, might have been a slash. Anyways, coming in at $261.99, just under 3% off. And then we got a brand new addition, Traxxas Max Wide Max, coming in at $569.95. And that is it for the scratching it. So basically at this point, that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you guys got something out of it. I know we covered a lot of ground. I had a lot of topics this week, believe it or not. For the only new vehicle being released, the 22X, I still felt like I had like a lot of stuff to cover. But let me know what you guys think. Any of the topics that I covered, I'd appreciate it if you guys go ahead and comment, go ahead and like, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. And I will see you on the next episode of RC Weekly. Take care.